This trip is all about doing little jobs. I can only do little jobs at this time of year because I'm on my snowmobile. If I was in my truck, I could do the major work that needs to be done. But that's not going to happen for another few weeks. So right now, I'm focusing on the little jobs and getting myself prepared for the big stuff yet to come. All this ice comes from overflow that I hit while I was coming up today. I know a lot of you are asking, Jay, why aren't you starting your fire right away? Warm up your cabin and then do all your chores. I don't like to do it that way. I am warm right now. And so I'm just getting stuff done before I really start to move around. And I could start that fire ASAP. A lot of people do it that way. I'm not bothered right now. And so I'm going to move some stuff into the cabin and then I'll get her going. Today it's only -10 Celsius. It's a winter wonderland. It's perfection out here. Absolutely amazing. It's winter weather that people dream of, right? It's like Christmas winter weather. And so I'm just enjoying it. Right away, there's a mystery to solve. Look at this snow. I don't know how this happened. I don't know if it was left over from my last time here. I really don't think so. Unless I did bring snow in my last time. But this looks like snow that's drifted inside the cabin. It really does. Very fresh snow that's come through a crack somewhere. I don't know. I'm going to have to keep a close eye on that. Maybe it's come through the window, through the roof. Oh, maybe it came through the gap upstairs. Actually, there's a gap upstairs that I know about. So, you can see right here, snow has come in right here and right here. This area of the cabin is the loft area. And the guy who built it, there's a huge gap right here. And it allows for snow to come through. My best bet is to knock it off while it's dry. Because if I do this, I can sweep it out. So this obviously is a major issue that I'll have to solve. I mean, I could probably just caulk it in here and then I would do the trick for now. But this whole wall area up here in the loft is going to be completely redone at some point after the extension. Now I've been asked a few times about my splits and whether or not it's treated stuff. This stuff is not treated. There is some plywood in there, and I've been warned about the plywood because of the glue that's used. That's a good tip. I like that. So I'm going to be more careful with this stuff. And yeah, but in terms of it being treated, it's not. It's all like lumber that you would use to build a house. It's a bunch of offcuts. Stuff that I'll never use. And it's the best kindling ever. The best splits. Now, you guys can see how easy it would have been to rob me. I've got one of these protective ones now that I'm going to use instead. Let's get a measurement. We're looking at 9 inches by 18. This is all ballpark. By 20. 9 by 18 by 20. Okay. How dark that is. It's not good. It's like sludge. It literally looks like molasses. Okay, let's go. Okay, so as you guys can see here, I've got a split in the windshield. And this is actually a new windshield. I just got it last winter. And the split happened right away. And so I want to, some people would stitch these up, right? They would use some sort of wire, I guess, and they would stitch it together. I'm going to use the world's greatest tape that I just discovered this year. But first I'm going to put a little hole right at the end so it stops this thing from splitting even more. There you go. That's a nice clean hole right on the end. That should not want to split anymore right there. Now this tape right here is awesome. I love this clear tape. It's very, very strong. It's made to operate in really cold weather, and it's not your ordinary Scotch tape, that's for sure. And it sticks like crazy. Okay. Right in there. Bury it, eh? Bury it. I love salmon. I love all fish, really. And this was at the grocery store called Salmon Trimmings. I think that's what it was called, trimmings. So it was like the little bits that they cut off when they were doing the big fillets. And it's all like belly. It's all belly bits. And there's nothing better than the belly of the salmon. That's where all the flavor and all the fat is. Very flaky, very light, falls apart. You cannot beat that. This is so beautiful. The snowflakes are huge. Wow. Massive. Oh, it's unbelievable. Yeah, good. Good. There we go. Okay, that's nice and solid. Now there's a little gap there and one on the other side. Just let a little more air out. So I got this this like furnace vent. Went to a department store today. I was looking for something that would work. I was thinking like chicken mesh, but they didn't have any, or chicken wire. So I'm gonna go with this. Get it out. That's gonna be my back exhaust to go with the holes that are inside already. Oh yeah. Okay. He's not gonna go anywhere. Okay, yeah. Okay. He's not going anywhere. That's a great little exhaust system, if I do say so myself. I'm pretty happy with that. That feels good. We're good. Oh yeah. You see? Okay. It's good. And you're good. Oh no! I never considered that. It is not gonna fit. Oh yeah. Perfect. Yes. That worked out well. Yeah. He's in. I'm going to put it right behind the shed. That will eliminate some of the noise. I just got to find the spot I want. That's good right there. Solid. Yes. Oh yeah. See, there's the exhaust back there. Lots of air underneath as well for it to breathe. And of course more air for it to breathe right here. So yeah, I feel really good about the generator box. So it's so much quieter back here, and with the lid, the exhaust is pointed out behind the shed. So when I'm in the cabin, this is going to be really quiet. The whole front opening here isn't perfect. It could be a little bit higher. And I think maybe I'll just take the jigsaw again and then make it just a little bit higher. But I would say this is going to be a great little place to use the generator I won't store it in here because I feel like the local squirrels are gonna really want to get up in there. So I'll store it in the shed, but when I'm using it, this is where it'll live, and I have no complaints whatsoever. This was fun. I think this box will last for years to come. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I'll see you guys in the morning. Ever since I changed the battery on the snowmobile, it's been functioning perfectly. No issues whatsoever. Starting in really cold weather. When I came out the other day and it was really, really cold, started like a champ. It thought about it for a second, didn't it? I do that just to loosen the track a little bit. Tracks like to stick. If I had a buddy here, I'd give him to lift up the back, and then I'd give it a shot of gas just to spin the track, just to break all the ice free. You can hear the ice in the track. I came down here to show you guys overflow. I heard a snowmobile blow by this morning, and sure enough, look at that. Look at this overflow right here. This is probably pretty deep, to be honest. Yep. So what's happening is the weight of all this fresh snow is pushing down the ice, right? It's heavy and it pushes down the ice just a little bit, and then water comes up through the cracks. The ice underneath, very thick. The fresh snow is weighing down the ice. The water's coming up through the cracks. The fresh snow gets hit by water, and it turns into slush, right? Like, look at that slush. It's like I'm at 7-Eleven here and I'm getting myself a Slurpee. There's overflow here, right? This is just mush. Just mush. And so, you'll see when I drive my snowmobile through it, the snowmobile just kind of like gets dragged down in, and you have to really hammer through or else you'll get stuck. I've driven through a lot of overflow, a lot on this lake, and I'm just going to give you guys an example here of what it looks like. overflow can go on for long stretches, like 100 meters. And so maybe longer for sure. And so that little spot there is like 10 meters. Not even, maybe 5. Just wanted to give you an example of what it does. And if you get sucked into that for like, I don't know, 100 meters, you have to hammer it because your snowmobile starts to get dragged down. Everything starts to get coated. It's almost like your snowmobile hits the brakes and it's like, whoa, here we go. And you got to give her a shot of gas. You know when it's happening, everything slows down. You feel your snowmobile spinning out and everything can get really, really wet. So for those of you wondering about overflow, slush, slob, sometimes we call it slob back home, slobby ice, there you go. It's essentially it's like a giant Slurpee between the ice and the top layer of snow, and yeah, just go fast and you should be good. I noticed a problem the last time I was up here. My exhaust is really filling up with snow. So I got to deal with that. I got to put a cap on it. If you look down in, snow. And I was warned this might happen. And sure enough, it did. I really want to push it all the way down. That looks like it's doing a job. So essentially, this is the vent for down in. Oh yeah, that did a good job. This is the vent for down in the bottom part of the outhouse. So what I have here is a cap. I'm going to put it on, and that should stop any snow from getting in and any rain. And I think that did a pretty good job clearing out that hole. It was very loose snow. Just a little stir, little mix with the stick. And that all went down into the pit, outhouse pit. And yeah, so let's see how this fits. Okay. Perfect. Now no snow can get in. And the outhouse is going to smell fantastic. Okay, so here is my skylight. And when I was looking at how to build outhouses, I got this idea from Brooke Whipple. I think her channel's called A Girl in the Woods. And she can build outhouses, I tell ya. She was on a loan a couple of times. Very tough. Anyway, yeah, so this was she was my inspiration for a skylight in the old outhouse. I've used many outhouses in the freezing cold, and the ones with the styrofoam seats are the warmest by far. As soon as you sit down, you feel the heat come right back up. It could be minus 5 billion degrees outside. You touch your butt on it, your butt's warm. So yeah, I know this. A lot of people saying, hey man, get a styrofoam seat. I just didn't bring it yet. And to be honest, when I sit down on a seat and it's cold, I kind of like that feeling compared to sitting on a seat when it's warm, because that means it hasn't been visited in a while. But yeah, no, for sure, I'm gonna get a styrofoam seat. And I don't know when that'll happen. Maybe the next trip, we'll see. But yeah, styrofoam seat for sure. Keeps things a lot warmer. Well, that's it for this video, everybody. I had an amazing time. What a beautiful visit. I got some work done. I worked in the cold. Great practice for the extreme cold construction that's yet to come this winter at the cabin. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back really soon.